everyone, how's it going? It's been a few weeks since I last uploaded. I decided to take a tiny break and do some proper grass touching. However, even in the forests and mountains, thoughts about video games lore do not leave my mind. And so I found myself in a common room of the inn hidden in the Appalachian Mountains on a nice and exceptionally humid August night, staring at their bookshelves. And staring back at me was the Peterson Field Guide on Stars and Planets, 90s edition. In preparation for one of my latest videos, I read quite a bit of Wikipedia to educate myself a bit more about space. And back then, I did come across a photo taken by Hubble Space Telescope called The Pillars of Creation, and I thought to myself, this kinda looks like Metyr, the mother of fingers. And then I told myself, calm down, annekkipu, you're reaching so hard right now. And I dropped it. But on that mortifyingly moist summer night, the picture of the elephant trunks, the gas and stardust in the Eagle Nebula, found me again, and along with it, the description. The pillars are dense clouds of molecular hydrogen gas and dust that are being evaporated by ultraviolet light. They will leave newborn stars behind. And so I invite you today to spend these 5 or so minutes with me discussing astronomy and Elden Ring. The word nebulae comes from the Greek word for the cloud. Some nebulae represent shells of gas thrown off by dying stars. Planetary nebulae and the remnants of supernovae are examples. Other nebulae represent gas and dust still surrounding young stars. The dust reflects the starlight to us, making a reflection nebula. Some nebulae contain small dark nebulae inside, in which stars may be forming. When you think about Metyr, aside from its shape, seemingly nothing returns us to this astronomical concept. But looking at the arena of her boss fight, I cannot help but think that whatever we see above are elephant trunks. And considering the analogy, Metyr, who gives birth to the fingers, is a metaphor for nebula, birthing new stars. But wait, you say, Metyr is a star herself, the first one that the Greater Will sent to the lands between. Then shouldn't she be more like the falling star beasts we find exactly at the point of impact of their descent? Instead, Metyr seems to dwell in a pocket realm. And take a look at her skills. Nova, the event of the appearance of a new star. Pulsar, a highly magnetized rotating neutron star that emits radiation out of its magnetic poles. One of the examples of such would be the Crab Nebula. Whether Metyr was really inspired by a nebula of sorts is up for discussion, as this DLC creates more questions that it gives answers to the old ones, but nonetheless there are some real space parallels with the game's design to consider. Thinking about Metyr's potential origins also brought my attention back to the Elden Beast. What is it made of? It seems to me that it is a vessel full of gas and stardust. So is it a nebula like Metyr? Is it an entire galaxy in a beast-shaped vessel? Let's look at its skills as well. One is quite straightforwardly named Nebula, another Black Hole Teleport. Quoting Wikipedia, black holes of stellar mass form when massive stars collapse at the end of their life cycle. After a black hole has formed, it can grow by absorbing mass from its surroundings. Supermassive black holes of millions of solar masses may form by absorbing other stars and merging with other black holes, or via direct collapse of gas clouds. As we've discussed in the very beginning, some nebulae represent shells of gas thrown off by dying stars. Of course, it's not entirely accurate to physics, but in my mind, the Elden Beast that was sent to the lands between on a golden meteor might have been the remains of a dying stellar body. Just as I theorized in my video on Metyr, it might have been the last remaining consciousness of the Greater Will itself. its vassal beast that was the last thing it sent to the lands between. People who inhabit these lands were children of the stars indeed, but it can be taken as a name for pagans, as that was the way people of the ancient times called them, star worshippers. However, Queen Marika became a vessel for literal stardust, as that is what the Elden Beast essentially looks like, the remains of a fallen star, hence its appearance and skill set. I want to finish this video with an open question for you. If Metyr is allegorically a nebula, are fingers the stars? The tall towers built by ancient civilizations to communicate with them, the fact that ancient astrologers did worship the fingers at some point, the horrific nightmare that is Estelle residing near the dead pairs of fingers. These details keep me up at night, and we will discuss more of them in my next video about fingers and stars in real life's ancient history. For now, thank you for watching. I am happy I can share my obsessions with y'all. Please do comment your own theories in the comments. I love reading them, and I hope to see you in my next video.